Dạ vâng.
Hello everyone, welcome to Team 3's today presentation on Bangkok Starry Night. I'm Chao Dang, this is Đức Dung, and this is our team member. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get started.
So first get into the introductions. Dutch Vincent van Gogh is now one of the most celebrated artists of the 19th century, and his artwork, Starry Night, is not only one of the most famous art of him, but it's also one of the greatest and most popular of all time. Starry Night was completed in 1889, just a year prior to his death. And it was during the stay at St. Paul de Lausanne Asylum, which was Van Gogh's hardest time, and he was struggling in the manic psychotic phase. As a member of Impressionists, all of Van Gogh's paintings were characterized by relatively small, thin yet visible brushstroke, open composition, and it emphasizes the accurate depictions of life and its changing qualities. And for the final 5 years of Van Gogh's career, the bright new palette took over his previous dark muted color scheme, as this explained the radiant shades of yellow and rich deep blue used in the Starry Night. Another paintings of Van Gogh, vase with 12 flowers, also resemble this shape as well.
Okay, so it is documented that Van Gogh himself has painted the night sky so many times, particularly Starry Night over the Rhone. But Starry Night was a nocturne, as this oil on canvas painting illustrated the night sky theme only. Standing out the most within the theme is the yellow color, as you can see in those paintings. An obsession with various shades of yellows, as he said. There is a sun, a light that for want of another word, I can only call yellow. Pale silver yellow, pale golden citron, how lovely yellow is. Led him to cover the stars and moon with glowing yellow, a depiction that shed light on his art. An astronomical observation here is the position of the star on June the 18th, the day that Van Gogh seems to draw this painting. So we can see that the moon that night was almost full, rather than the crescent moon we see in the painting. And Venus, the brightest star, which was only visible before dawn, by which time it was not visible from Vincent's room. And here is the views from Vincent van Gogh's room. And on this recreation, we can also see the constellation Aries was also visible, which pretty much explained the amalgamation of nighttime and dawn views from Vincent's windows. Rushing through the night sky is a morning mist, a white band that was created by spreading paint color, usually using a palette knife. And amid all this animation, a structured village sits in a distance on the very right corner of the canvas. Straight control line makes of the small cottages and the slender steeple of a church, which rises as a beacon against the rolling blue hills. The small squares of the houses suggest the welcoming life of the homes, which create a calm corner for the picture. And on the very left side of the painting is a cigarette tree, which is a newly discovered motif for Vincent, and it was seen as a symbol of death in Mediterranean culture. Some other few scripts also mention that this tree is a link from earth to heaven, as well as illustrating the aspiration for escapism of the artist, who also removed the usual window bars for the same purpose.
Let's coming back to the night sky. Here, what seems to be the most attract is the chromatic cloud. This is turbulence, a flow that is self-similar if there is an energy cascade. In other words, bigger eddies transfer energies to the smaller one, which do likewise at other scales. There's the fact that Vincent van Gogh is an admirer of Hokusai, the great waves. And we could see in the Starry Night that the Starry Night has resemblance regarding in the swirling patterns and the rich blue tones. Another possible inspiration is the Whirlpool Galaxy, but it was hard to imagine that Vincent van Gogh having access to this idea, since it existed a long time after his time. Still, the effect was as engaging and mysterious as it could.
So Vincent van Gogh has undoubtedly created something that we cannot see or touch, something so immaterial, and the star, as for Vincent, had a deep spiritual meaning as he gazed at the night sky so many times from himself in his imagination. And this is also the end of our presentation on our today's presentation on Van Gogh's Starry Night, and thank you so much for all your attention. And now we are